Afternoon, all. Just want to take a few minutes to go over the excuse me, the announcement I posted. I mentioned in class a couple times, but just wanted to kind of go over this. Of course, the reminder that tomorrow, Monday the 30th, is the last day to withdraw, and I believe it's usually at the end of business day. So just to be safe, you want to do it before 5 o'clock if you need to withdraw. The way you do that, one thing, if you remember from the very first day of class, or from the orientation, you can't really look at my grades. All the scores aren't necessarily included on my grades, and also because you haven't completed everything yet, you can't look at the total number that's on the syllabus. And so just want to kind of remind you of how you can look at it right now. What we have right now, and I don't want to pull up everybody's grades, excuse me, but if you just look under total, your total points, I've got your 3 exams, your learning curve and online participation scores are in there. Your essays are in there. The 3 essays. Remember, there's just 3. And also I put in a couple of the extra point opportunities that you had. Some of you were able to take advantage of them, some of them not. So those points are in there, okay? And so the total points you have in there, don't worry about total and total possible. Just look at the total points. And then what you can do, you can look at, as I put down here, right now, you can look at it and you say, okay, there's 500, and if you look at the syllabus, with the 4 exams, essays, and participation, there's 565 points possible. Obviously, we haven't had exam 4 yet. Okay, so that leaves 465 points possible. So when you're looking at your numbers, you can look at, your 3 exam score. The score that you have in now includes your exam scores, the essay scores, and your online participation through exam 3. Okay, so obviously, chapters 13, 14, and 15 learning curve are still out there. They're still open. I will add those when they close out next week, or during finals week, and so that'll be added then. So you can go ahead and calculate, though. For instance, if you already have the 65 points out of learning curve, you have all your points. Now, something that's not in Blackboard, of course, is your in-class quizzes. Every time we have a quiz, I give you the point, I give you the answers, so you should have kept up with what you have there. You can get up to 70 points. I still expect to give at least 20, maybe more points these last 3 days that we meet. I know I got a little behind. I usually try to give more quizzes, but I've given at least I've given 7 so far, and I'll count. I'll give at least 2 more, which is all I guaranteed, which was 9. So you can kind of calculate that. You know about what you have, and so you can add up all the points you think you have, including your extra points and all that kind of stuff. And I even put down there, if you know you're going to be doing a book review, for instance, or a conversation partner, you can put in there at least 10. They're worth up to 15 points possible, but just to be safe, if you want to put 10, that you can add that to your total earned. So you add all that up and divide by the total points possible to date. Okay, so that would be the 465 to date. You can do the math on that. Okay, and then you can kind of reverse average and know, okay, to get the grade that you want for this course, what will you have to have on your last exam, for instance. So, like, for instance, if you to get the grade you want, or to pass, or to whatever, to get to the point that you want to get to, if you have to have, let's say, 150 on your 4th exam, that's not going to happen, of course, because it's 100 points possible. And also, if you've been making 70s on your exam, and you have to have a 98 on the last one to get the score you want, well, again, you have to see, is that realistic or whatever. So I don't tell anybody to withdraw, but I want to make sure you look, you understand kind of where you are, and just know, as I put up there, if you don't withdraw, then and your name shows up on the roll at the end of the term, I have to give you a grade. Okay, so if you just stop attending, or stop you don't take exam 4 or whatever, it doesn't mean you automatically are withdrawn. You'll still be on the roll. So make sure that if you feel like you need to withdraw, make sure you go ahead and withdraw. Okay. So again, you can take a look at where you are, total points earned, adjust as you need to for the participation, the expected extra points, all that kind of stuff, and then you can kind of calculate where you are at this point. Okay. Hope that helps some. Hope that clarifies it. Remember, you can't just look at a score on Blackboard on my grades and say that's my grade right now. I don't have, because that's not the way I have it set up. It's not overall average kind of thing. So just look at the total that you've earned and then deal with the total points possible to date. So you have to do a little figuring on that. I'm not going to calculate every grade for you today or tomorrow. Okay, so don't email me tomorrow saying, hey, what's my grade right now? That's not my responsibility. I'll do that when it's time to submit the final grade. Okay, you have the formula, you have your total points, all those kind of things. You can do that. Okay. So anyway, if you have any other questions besides that, of course, feel free to contact me if you need anything. Appreciate it, and see you guys soon.